Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Right, we're gonna get cracking. Time is of the essence today because we got lots of things to do and so little time. Before we delve into today's session proper though, a couple of things. First of all, in the last session we did manage to release... Well, we first of all managed to get this damn thing bound to us. Permanently bound. We were cursed with it. And we managed to lift the curse eventually. And it looks like a pretty good weapon. However, Adair for so long has been a sword and shield man. And try as he may, he couldn't quite adjust to this S-stock here. And so he has resorted once again to his Whispers of Yenwood and his new edition shield, Dragon's Maw. So he's back as a sword and shield guy. Second of all, Zawa. Now off camera I did have a wee bit of a chinwag with him, and we learned he has had pretty horrific life. All part of his clan and whatever else, but anyway... He has got some issues that he needs to resolve, and we have finally prized from him what we need to do. We need to head to Whitestone Hollow, and he's going to try and pick up some kind of spiritual energy to figure out what to do. So he needs to free his people from slavery. That's the ultimate gist. He was promoted to chieftain of his clan. There was some higher being that some sort of higher power that he needed to learn to become the ultimate chieftain. And before he learnt it from his master, who refused to teach him it, his master died. An enemy, or not at the time, but a competitor, what would you say? A fellow clan's chieftain, a different clan's chieftain, came to speak with Zawa, saw in Zawa's eyes that he had not quite got to that highest level of being, and then launched an attack on his clan. His clan lost, his men were taken as slaves, his women were married to these other clanspeople, and Zawa was beaten, whipped, flailed, well, the whole damn lot. But before he was killed, something happened. He escaped, and he now is looking to learn, if he can, that highest level of being. The one thing his tutor, his mentor, his master didn't teach him, he's trying to see if he can find that somehow, which will allow him to return and free his people from slavery. It was a harrowing tale, told over a couple of ales in the inn in Twin Elms over there. So yes, be that as it may, we have one thing to do before we go back to Whitestone Hollow, and that is we need to speak with Kern.
Hey.
About, the assassination that he arranged.
Just say the word.
Unknowingly, of course. But he's now marked man.
Not a problem.
Okay. Fedora explaining the situation. We found the Bleak Walkers. We've dealt with them. Haddy and Owena were killed, but Esker is alive and baying for your blood. Gods, Haddy? But Esker lives? You saved him? And for that I owe you everything. I can't ever make any of it right, but I'll try. Here, take this and thank you for sparing me a final stain upon my soul. Yep.
Hey.
Good luck, buddy. You're gonna need it. Right, onwards to glory. Or to death. Depends which way the wind blows. Right, okay. Back to Whitestone Hollow for some exploration and see what Zawa can sense. We were going to head off to see if we could find the Iron Flails camp, but, well, our companion's needs come first, and we do like Zawa. He's a strange fella with his little speeches and his ways, his drug taking and whatever else, all the quirks he has, but ultimately he's a damn good fighter. We admire his tenacity, his will to punch things in the face. It's unprecedented. He's been actually part of our party now since the White March won, when we first stumbled across him. He's just, everybody's fallen by the wayside. Pallegina, Nadog, none of our other melee fighters have had a look in, because this unarmed man, his ability to punch things to death, is just too damn good. Okay, we had an update there. Where are we? Companions Quest. The Secrets of the Takan. So we need to search for and pursue a spirit lion. Simba? Simba!
What?
Very quickly, though.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
Okay, because there's still his quest to finish up yet. I think we still need to talk to him a bit further, but we'll do some talking another time. Right now,
Hey.
we're hunting a lion spirit. Huh?
There is a spirit lion there, just ahead. Can you see it, Watcher?
Zawa's wide-pupiled eyes track the movement of some unseen
The
animal.
lion was the symbol of my master, Ishipilo. This is a sign. Has he come here at last to teach me what he would not in life? To be the Anitle?
The Anitle, this highest level of being. What do you propose we do?
I have some herbs prepared, Malkachoa, plus some things I've been saving. We should eat them so we can meet with the lion in its world.
We should eat them? Not convinced that I should be taking these things. I've seen what you are like after you have taken this Malakachoa.
It would be my honor if you would come with me on this journey. A watcher may see things that I cannot.
The things I do for my friends. Right, very well. Zawa looks to the rest of the party who are all sort of kicking stones, whistling whilst avoiding his gaze. Oh, lovely day. What, you want us to take drugs as well, do you? Alrighty.
That goes for everyone. I would welcome the presence of friends.
He pours a scattering of leaves and mushrooms into a cupped hand and holds them out for the others to inspect.
I'll try anything once. Bunch of times if it's good.
Oh, Adair's now come right round to the idea.
Don't tell my kids.
Sagani, okay, she's in.
There are simpler ways to understand the world, monk. A single stroke of my staff would do, but very well.
Durrance, there's a time and a place for such things.
No better friend than one sharing good drugs.
Okay, well, everybody here is happy to be taking some drugs. Is it just Fedora that's apprehensive? Oh, what have I been adventuring with?
Are you ready?
Let's do this. Zawa distributes his mix of herbs, keeping a generous amount for himself. The plant gives off a variety of strong, conflicting odours, some sweet, some acrid, and at least one that induces immediate sneezing. Their appearances are largely unfamiliar to you. You drop a handful of the mixture into your mouth and chew. The taste is dull and earthy at first, but within moments of chewing it becomes powerfully sour, then sweet like nectar, and then it begins to take on a new character that's unlike anything you've ever eaten before. Your vision swims, and you see the world in a different, more vibrant spectrum. Zawa takes one look at your expression and laughs.
You are ready.
We're not ready to fight, that's for certain. Let's just hope that we're not required to wield our weapons and our spells. God help us if we are. What the hell? The party's tripping. Spirit lion. Follow the
Do
lion.
not let the lion escape us.
No. It's not escaping. Calm down. It's not escaping.
Is that flower singing? No, Stay focused, Zawa.
Ah! A spirit? Wait a second. Zawa, this is your problem. You speak with the spirit.
Zawa is ready.
Hey,
I like the echo effect when they're all speaking.
Ready when you are.
Zawa is ready.
That's cool. A lone spirit hovers back and forth, agitated, muttering. I can learn from them, from their mistakes. Their failures have revealed the path to me, and I am very close. The spirit points to a scattered collection of maimed and contorted bodies distributed around a stone pedestal. Something odd registers in your mind about the corpses, and then the realization dawns. They all appear to belong to the same person.
I wouldn't be so sure.
What's so funny, and what are you getting close to?
On that pedestal you see before you.
The one with the bodies?
Yes, the one with the bodies. As I was saying, on that pedestal you see before you, I placed a gem for safekeeping. You have never seen such a perfect gem.
Gem.
I regretted leaving it behind almost immediately. It has been my every waking thought ever since.
And why do you want it?
It is all I have left of something that was important to me.
Very important, by the look of it.
Well, I suppose I might be able to get it for you. Spirit seems to consider this. Wisps of essence dart in and out of its shape like bolts of electricity.
That would be most welcome.
Can we watch him fetch it once? Maybe pick up some pointers? Oh, we'll be fine. Let's just retrieve the gem. I mean,
hey.
nice day for it.
It's that so many have died to approach it.
Oh, that's a good point. Many people have fallen into this trap already. Didn't really... Well, we're seasoned travellers. We'll be fine. Let's just be very careful. Very careful.
Breakfast.
No, run! Oh. Sentimental gem. First appears to be strikingly beautiful, but then it appears there's nothing special about it after all.
Hey,
Right, come on. Oh shoot, come on. Come on, run. Just run, guys. What is this tomfoolery? Itumak, come.
Zawa is ready.
Were you able to retrieve the gem?
Yes! Here's your flippin' gem. The spirit pulses excitedly with light and warmth.
This is a great relief. Give it here.
The spirit extends claw-like translucent hands towards you, cupped together, and when you let the gem drop, it passes through the spirit's hand and lands on the ground.
Clumsy. No need to worry, I've got it now.
The spirit crouches to pick up the gem. It scoops at the gem, but cannot make contact with it. It does so over and over.
This is a snare my master never told me of. How great, how subtle the hold of the past upon us.
Well, I'm glad this has meaning to you. Shall we keep moving? Zawa nods.
hey.
Who's next? An old shaman hunches over a translucent table. Paint is streaked on either side of her eyes like flames. She cast an assortment of strange objects onto the table. A finger bone, a Stalgar tooth, a turtle shell, a few stones painted with symbols. She studies them over and over with disbelieving eyes. At last, she looks up.
There is no mistake. The portents do not lie. Zawa, you will be our chieftain. You will succeed Ishapilo and lead us to victory over the Ketchmata. I will tell Ishapilo that he must accept you.
Okay, so this is something that Zawa told us about. This is obviously a recollection.
The path must be cleared for your reign.
Oh, eh? Huh? What? Okay, this is a fight. Not a problem. Not a problem. Right, these things dominate you, so let's get immunity to that. And while the rest of us take on what we need to take on here. Apart from you. Alright, have we got this under control? Oh, it's confused and not dominated. What is happening here? Menpigua? I didn't see a Menpigua here. Alright, there is something that shortens the... I can never remember which one it is. It's a low level one. Suspending. Ah, there you go. It's not quite a big... Oh.
That's how it's done!
Still breathing heavily, Zawa appears deep in thought. He notices your glance.
The shaman's vision always stayed with me. After my master had passed, even after the Takan were conquered, I thought of what the shaman had said and held on to hope. But I wonder if it did not also make me proud and foolhardy, if I ignored my own defeat because I did not believe it possible.
Yes, well, words of encouragement here. The Takan are not defeated yet. You are still here, and while you are still here, there is a chance that you will yet find victory.
Zawa has done his people no favors as chieftain, and the Ketchmata would mock your words. But what you say is true, nevertheless.
Of course, I only speak the truth. No lies pass my lips.
Hey,
Well, very rarely do lies pass my lips, unless it's for a good cause, of course.
hey.
Right, where's this lion gone? I seem to have lost the lion. No, it was leading us down this way, so we'll continue on. I think it's leading us round the lake, to be honest.
There! I see it!
Where? Huh? What's happening? That. An antelope.
Zawa is ready.
An antelope stands gingerly on the muddy grass. Its fur is matted and stained dark around a deep oozing gash on its left haunch.
Have you come here to eat me?
We are not here to eat you, but you are easy prey. Is there nowhere you can hide?
The beasts of this place would catch my scent. I would not get far. But there may be a way I could be protected. A great tree grows to the north, whose sap has an odor that is repellent to predators. If you could draw this sap and rub it into my coat, I would be safe. I could heal and return to my herd.
Durance, can you heal this animal? Save us a flippin' journey?
I could heal this beast, Watcher, but not in the way that the monk would want.
I would ask neither kind of healing, as neither has any lesson to offer. Keep to your own trial, Durance, and I will keep to mine.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of interfering. I await the sound of broken bonds or a broken back. There is a music to both if you listen for it.
Now, children. This is all Fedoran's fault, of course, bringing Durance into this conversation. Where is this tree?
To the north, beside a cave. You will not find a larger tree in the forest. Galawain speed your steps.
Okay, I know where the cave is, at least. Let's hopefully find our way without too much hindrance. The waterfall appears to be going the wrong way. Water flows from a pool at your feet upward onto the rocks above, as though time itself were flowing in reverse. It sounds more like a stream than a waterfall. Fedoran can't help but examine the water. The column of water is clear and pure. Its flow is steady but not torrential. Other than the direction of its course, it seems ordinary. Really? It's going upwards.
Hey.
Right, a tree. This is the cave where we need a tree. A tree, a sap of a tree. Ah!
Am I imagining that?
Ivera's diving helmet. And some sap as well.
Hey.
Oh no! Oh no! Damn and blast!
We are too late. The wolves have come. It was a mistake to leave the animal here unprotected.
Oh, here we go. We did what we thought would give it the greatest chance of survival. It required sap, it was not too far, we came back as quick as we could.
That is difficult to accept. In my heart, it feels as though there was more we could have done. In the end, though, the wolves would have come. They can smell weakness from great distances. We may have been bound for failure from the start.
Perhaps. An unusually tall man with brown leathery skin and regal carriage bows to Zawa.
Chief Aurelia, why are you here?
I come on behalf of the Ketchmar to pay you tribute, great chieftain.
Tendons bulge at the sides of Zawa's neck, and his fists are clenched. For the first time since you met him, he appears on the brink of losing control. He speaks through gritted teeth.
You have come to see if I am ready to protect my people.
The Quechmatl chieftain smiles, baring glistening teeth.
Well, are you?
Oh boy. Is he morphed into something? I think he has. Monk, some winter wolves, some more monks, and a priestess. Not a problem. I wonder if these things can be confused. Out of interest. Maybe? Oh my god. What the hell was that that's gone flying? Adair? Sleeping on the job as always? Where's Minea?
Zawa is ready.
Oh, they're not very strong, the monks, are they?
That's how it's done.
Come on, Adair, rise from your bloody slumber.
Hey.
Zawa contemplates the body of his enemy.
When the Quechmatl chieftain saw me, he knew I was not prepared to resist him. If I had been more convincing, I have always believed they would not have attacked. They'd have come for you sooner or later. Fatoran trying to offer honeyed words here. Zawa sees this now. This was the life of the Takan. We lived knowing that one day the wolves would come. And finally, the day came when we were wounded and could not escape them.
Hey.
Well, are we any closer to your answers?
Zawa is ready.
Monk outfit.
Hey.
Okay, we'll continue on the same path. Now, I'm unsure of whether or not we need to go around and down here, but what we'll do is rather than going straight up and bypassing this, we'll come down, we'll go round, just to make sure there's nothing down there, go down and round there, then up. Make sure that we cover every possible eventuality. In fact, it probably makes more sense to go down here and then round that way, really.
Hey.
Got a feeling we're going to have to go into the cave. No, I don't think we can get in the cave. Right, we'll continue around the lake then. Hopefully something will
Did you
come.
see where it went?
What? What? Oh, look at this. Wait a second, this wasn't here before, was it? This man's face is weather-beaten, and his eyes are sunken deep into his skull. His body is scarcely more than a string of bones. He speaks with great effort, his voice dry and grainy.
Will you help me? Water. From the waterfall, please.
From the waterfall. I'll see what can be done.
You will need this to collect the water. I will be forever grateful.
Okay, so he's given us a water skin. This wasn't here before. The waterfall that's flowing upwards, we're assuming. Could be quite interesting trying to gather water into the bucket whilst it's flowing the wrong way. Quite an issue indeed. Right, let's take a look.
Zawa is ready.
Okay, see if we can gather some water in the water skin. Almost immediately, the water around your hand begins to roil and hiss. You feel an excruciating burning pain as the water begins to eat away at the skin of your fingers. No. Focus your senses, Zawa. Seek out the edges of the illusion. Despite your pain, you cast your gaze anew upon the waterfall. There is no coiling steam of corrosion, nor do you smell burning flesh. The illusion is incomplete. Armed with your awareness, you focus on holding the water skin within the column of water. The illusion gradually falls away as though it had known it had been thwarted. The pain dulls and fades outright. The ghastly apparition of your mangled hand fades as well, replaced with a hale and healthy appendage. The water skin has been filled, and you may proceed. When you go to replace the stopper, something strikes your hand from below, having been carried upward by the waterfall current. It drops into the pool. You reach down where it fell and withdraw a handful of jewels, pure and blue as the waterfall itself. What? Jewels, you say?
Hey.
Zawa is ready.
Have you had any success?
Yes, we were able to capture some water.
Wonderful! I've waited so long.
His fingers tremble with excitement as he closes his hand around the stopper and slowly twists it. The stopper comes free suddenly and flies from his hands, propelled by a violent burst of steam.
Oh no.
He appends the water skin, holding it above his lips, but not a single droplet falls. He shakes it, twists it, squeezes it, all to no avail. The water is gone.
Given his history, I am surprised he had not foreseen this possibility. He longs not for the water, but for the experience of first tasting it. He is bound for disappointment. His suffering is very pretty, yet it feels empty. What value does it have if he refuses to learn from it? Can he not see that he seeks something that can never be recovered?
Ishapilo sits meditating. He opens his eyes and looks at Zawa.
Hello, pupil. You come to me with a question, do you not?
Zawa stares at him, his mouth quivering faintly.
Yes, Ishapilo. I have sought your wisdom across many lands, over many years. Are you here to grant it to me?
Yes, pupil. I am here for you.
Zawa nods, draws a deep breath.
Our people are captives of the Ketchmatl. I need to know the secrets of the Anitle.
Of course. The answer has been with you the whole time, people. You are blind not to...
Master, please. I cannot hear you.
Zawa steadies him by the shoulders, but Ishipilo's coughs only worsen. Dust pours from his lips by the mouthful.
Answer me!
Zawa's hands tighten around Ishipilo's frail body. He shakes him, but the coughing continues. He shakes him again, and in Zawa's hands, Ishipilo turns to dust. It scatters instantly to the winds. Zawa looks at the dust on his hands, holding them cupped as if to preserve some vital piece of his master's wisdom. Despite his best efforts, the winds carry off the remains, leaving him with nothing. He frowns.
Even after his death, I have always felt that when the time was right, Ishipilo would find a way to teach me his secret. And yet here we are on his trail, and his knowledge is no less a mystery to me. Is this what I am meant to see? That his teachings will always be beyond me?
No. There is something that we aren't yet getting. There is something here. I am sure of it. There's got to be something more worth learning, Zawa. You are the learned one here. Think!
Yes. This is but a piece of the whole. There must be more to be revealed.
Zawa shakes his head and smiles bitterly.
I have been caught in a snare, worrying over things that could not be changed. These visions shame me with their truths. Ishipilo never warned me of this, but I should have seen it sooner. I have become a slave to knowledge I will never learn. I have denied all my failures. Yet, I feel no different, no freer than I was. There is something I am missing, even now.
And does it lie here? In the center of this lake?
This may be our answer. Let us see what has been uncovered.
Indeed. Let us see.
You must come with me at once.
Zawa, you should not be here. If you are caught, they will execute you, and they will not fail twice.
I do not care about my life, Namaltia. I come to liberate the Takan. We will unite and revolt.
And who will you unite? Our men are dead or broken. Their labors were too cruel. Our women are mothers to catch model children now. The Takan live only in your mind.
That's not good. Did that really happen? This little section was not mentioned when he was telling us the story. Everything else so far pretty much has been a recollection of what he's already told us. This was never mentioned.
Some years ago, Zawa considered that he might never learn Ishipilo's secret. But he had vowed to return to his people. And so he did. He journeyed to Kechmadal, and while their warriors were off raiding, he spoke to the surviving Takan he found there.
Who was that woman?
She was a Nalpazga warrior, eldest daughter of the shaman. She would have been, the wife of the Takan chieftain, if the Takan had not fallen.
You never told me this part. For once, Zawa seems unable to meet your gaze.
Zawa has never spoken of it to anyone. He waited too long in returning. If there was a time to liberate his people, it passed long ago, while he searched for the secret of the Anitle.
Okay, so we didn't realise how long had passed. There. Why did you continue to search if you knew you'd failed? He is quiet for a moment.
Ishipilo's knowledge was the one last thing of Dekkan that might have been recovered. But I see now that I was caught in a snare. The gem, the antelope, the waterfall. Their lessons were not about Ishipilo's secrets. They were about my vow to return to the Dekkan.
He is quiet again. His eyes search the ground, then seem to fix on something. You look down but see only a small worm burrowing into the earth near his feet. He stares in that direction for a time, then slowly he looks up at you.
The time of my people has ended. There is nothing more I can do for them.
Okay. The culture of the Tekkan and their Nalpazka warriors still exists within you. You can still carry it forward.
Their time on Aora was too brief. There is much the rest of the world might have learned from them. Much that I might yet share.
He looks around and smiles flatly.
The dream fades around us. I believe it is time to return.
The brilliant colours around you seem to dull. Shifting objects settle into their true form. Zawa appears the same as he always has. The same shredded skin. The same fluid posture. Only the look in his eyes has changed. Well, Zawa was granted Anitle. He has achieved
Zawa
what he sought, but at what cost? What does it do? Plus 10% attack speed.
Hey.
So let's just have one last look then at the quest resolution. He's freed himself from the grips of the past. The past that he has denied for many years. Oh, how very sad.
Hey.
Well, what we're going to do? We haven't been affected by the health that we lost during the dream there, which is good to know. We'll finish off today's session, seeing as we're on a companion quest tidying up session. It seems we shall speak with Durrance, see if we can get any further with his situation with Magran, because he was in a little bit of turmoil last time we spoke, if you remember.
What? If doubts and curiosity plague you.
And I don't think there's anything that we can talk to him about. Perhaps his quest will culminate when we descend down into the court of the penitents. That might be when his quest concludes, but we'll just double check. We've got to ask him about
doubts and curiosity plague you.
Region and history. I don't think any of these are going to progress, but okay. So, just for Doran can't quite help but ask what his view is of his homeland, the Valian republics. Fortune seekers garbed in robes of office, manipulators, traders, and traitors all. What a thing to say to somebody who you quite obviously know is very proud to be Valian. Yes, for Doran can't quite hold his tongue. Asking Durance to hold his. Couldn't stand to remain? Don't blame you. He glares at you with half a smile, which fades. You look more humble than most. Any country so obsessed with style might as well be wearing scarves over their eyes. You think the Republics mean the Deerwood harm? The Deerwood had best be vigilant, or they'll turn them into slaves as soon as ink dries on the trade treaty. The Deerwood and all its internal riches is too tempting, especially if someone else tames the country and the face painters for them. Face painters? Tribes, Glanfathans, cluster around the ruins like flies. Well, whilst you're getting everything off your chest, what do you think about Rhaed Serris? Too many adjectives to that so-called nation. Civil unrest, economic collapse, all tinder, just needing the right spark. Some farmer shows up, takes a god into himself, and takes a crown on his head. This divine kingdom he tries to set up goes about as well as you'd expect. Suddenly, the population of heretics goes up by about half and again, and Eothas starts turning his blood-stained gaze to every blasphemer he can find. Cleaning house is one way to put it. Purge is another. Put them and their god in their place, though, with enough force to kill that damn country too. Not a supporter, then? It's not a country, it's a gathering of cowards, dear puppets. They used to be an optimistic bunch, a bright bunch. Was their undoing. Should have embraced their misery without letting a farmer lead them to a brighter ruin. Almost Eothas puppets too. Put an end to that. They dangled on his strings, Wydwin dangled on theirs. They would never have had any success on the battlefield had not their god come down. The Saints' War needed to call on their god to have a chance. Well, tell me about the Saints' War. Your take on things is just, well, highly entertaining. Keep forgetting your feet are new to the Deerwood. The Saints' War.
It wasn't a war. It was a god stepping past himself. The country of Rhaed Serris and all their heathens. They're paying for it now. Although by my count, the fire should have roared through their country with more force, catching all their souls. Truth, it wasn't even a war. It was a cautionary tale about pride. Specifically, Wydwin's pride. He should have stayed a farmer.
Was what, 15, 16 years ago? 2807. My memories are back with a younger me. I don't hold on to dates, I hold on to actions and causes. The war was an act of arrogance born straight from Rhaed Serris' twitching legs. A man thinking himself more than a man. Want to kill someone? Tell him a god speaks through him. And tell him he means him to lead, which puts him at the front of any army. And the army was as strong as you'd expect for Rhaed Serris, as sick as that country was to begin with, yet a war was likely just what they needed. Yes, what was wrong with the country? Rhaed Serris has its share of troubles. It deserves all of them. It deserves Wydwin. He was the light that led them to flame. Rhaed Serris was in decline, a dear poison already eating its veins, economic bleeding, the dying of their faith. Then Wydwin, this farmer, claims to take up Eothas in the flesh and gives them the worst kind of hope. They crown him. They make him king. The worst kind of blasphemy. And once he wears the crown on his head and the god in his flesh, why, he starts making changes, divine changes. Then he decides he's going to change us, save us. How? He marches on the Deerwood to free us from our beliefs like he freed the other souls in Rhaed Serris. Cold Morn offers up its belly with no resistance, and it's spared. The bloodshed starts when he sacks Mercy Vale, a touch of irony that puts it to the flame. Cold Morn? Cowards, and cold morn is an apt name for them. They lay still, frozen while their fellows burned. They'll pay Magron's price one day for such cowardice. And what did Eothas do next? Eothas keeps marching. Deerwood takes to the trees, cutting at his flanks, his scouts, his troops. It seemed near hopeless. Until Halgot Citadel. The Godhammer. There we put him to the flame, burn the god out of him if there ever was one to begin with. Dozen brave men and women take to the bridge, make us stand. Then we torched him there with the fire of the Godhammer.
Gods have taken flesh, in all respects, taking willing and unwilling vessels. It's not a violation, it's what gods do, as long as they accept all that comes with it. Men are weak. Gods? Well, we showed old Widewen that he was flesh and blood, no matter how much light was pouring out of his farmer's hands. Took men of faith to build a weapon, a Godhammer. Judgment. Proved him dead at Halgot Citadel.
It was a weapon of Deerwood's people, their independence. There are few that would deny that Eothas overstepped. The Godhammer reminded Eothas of this. A fire and force so terrifying, so bright, it burned a god away. Jonas holds his staff and his hands lock around it, tracing the etchings, as you watch the top of the staff blossoms burning brightly, and Durance speaks, his face illuminated in the fire. A weapon that would burn brighter than Eothas, and we led him to it and burned him at the stake. The stake was a Godhammer, and we impaled him on it. Yes, I recall you saying that you fashioned this Godhammer. Wasn't easy. Shaping it, crafting it, the pieces, the curve of the relic. Even then, it was a massive thing, something that required a god to come to it, rather than be cast at him. Though luring him to it, that was the easy part. Gods are prideful. We led him to the fields. One that he remembered as a farmer, perhaps. The fields right outside Halgot Citadel. Now Godhammer Citadel. It was right across the Evendeer Bridge. Easy trek. Men died. Then more died luring Eothas onto Evendeer. We had carved veins and paths through the bridge, excavated the foundations, filled them with powder and ember-hungry grains, eager to burn. Our hands had even pried the mortar and rock loose, sharpened them to points so they might be rent from their foundations easier, and tear through the flesh of that pretender. And so you used Evendeer against Eothas?
We poured the Godhammer into its foundations with faith, set it alight, let the hammer fall upwards onto the anvil. 8 died before the Godhammer fell, and the Godhammer claimed the remainder, 12 in all.
And Eothas went back to the ether, or the grave. He's lost his voice and his love of war, I'll tell you that much. It took only taunts by men, and that was enough to lure him across the bridge and right into the new sun. He let Rhaeadseras see how bright their arrogance had become, and became a symbol by which we answered their purge with one of our own. Purges?
We started saving the Eothasians from themselves, burning any that didn't die with their god. Heresy in Rhaeadseras is one thing. Heresy here in the Deerwood comes with a more personal touch.
Well, a wounded enemy is still a dangerous one.
As I see it, every Eothasian who still lives in the Deerwood puts the nation at risk, is another dagger held to the throat of our faith. Root them out, burn them, or send them back to Rhaeadseras to wallow in the blood of their failure.
Keep troubling me, and I may extend the tithe bowl for each question. Enough questions for now. Let the road keep us until the next campfire. Okay, well, quite a bit of information indeed. Quite a lot of information there about more backstory into the Saints' War, Eothas and Weidwen, from Durance's, foul tongue, some may say. But yes, I think we'll call a close to the session here. So we are done. We're going to have to keep our eye on him. Same could be said for Durance, I suppose. But yeah, in the next session, it's time to press on. All of the side quests are pretty much done now. A few bounties here and there, but we're not overly concerned about. So it's on to find the Iron Flail. Until next time, see you soon.